mock draft. That's right. We're getting down to the last couple opportunities. We have tonight, obviously Friday or Saturday, Sunday. We're getting close to the final couple days before mock drafts are over. All of you guys have already live drafted. We're not going to mock draft on Wednesday night, on Tuesday night. You guys are all going to be well into all of your leagues by then. So we're literally in the final, 2 or 3 days of mock draft time. So I'm going to try and do one or two more before we get through this mock draft season and get into the 2019 fantasy football season. Definitely going to have a lot of awesome stuff for you guys once mock draft time is over. Waiver wires, trade advice, all kinds of great stuff that we can talk about constantly. What's going on, guys? I'm going to post the mock draft link here in a second. Let some people get into the room, get a chance to fight for a spot. We're going to do it on Sleeper. And let's start a mock draft. We're going to only, as usual, go 11 rounds. I don't want to waste people's time in rounds 13, 14, 15. Did you guys see, Alex, I know you're going to be on top of this. Did you guys see Dontrelle Hilliard tonight? Have I not told you this guy is a must-grab? Dontrelle Hilliard is currently the handcuff to Nick Chubb, and they're going to use him a lot right out of the gate. Dontrelle Hilliard is this year's potential, sneaky good contributor that nobody sees coming. So grab Dontrelle Hilliard in all of your leagues. He's the backup running back in Cleveland. They trust him already. They throw to him. He could be their third down back. He will be used heavily, even with Nick Chubb going nuts. And they're gonna use the running back enough and have enough of an offense to make both he and Chubb relevant. Chubb's not going to get any touches really taken away. They're just going to utilize running backs a ton. Just finished your draft. Zeke, Chubb, Damian Williams are your three running backs. Nice job. Smitty, how do I get in this mock? I'm going to post the link in a second. What's up, Alex? What's up, Gabriel? What's up, Michael? What's up, Ghost? What's up, Daryl? What's up, Nicholas? Hey, Smitty. What's up? Who would you start week 1 at wide receiver 2? Full PPR, Watkins, MVS, or Moncrief? Probably Watkins as of right now. Maybe MVS, but those aren't amazing options. I would look in to see if you have any other potential options. Okay, let's get to it. So I'm going to copy this draft link. What draft spot do you guys want me in? I haven't done the 12 or 11 in a while, or the 10. So I think I'll jump into let's try the 10 spot. All right, I'm going to post this link. You guys ready? Here we go. Well, let's wait till we get a few more people in here because people are just getting alerted that we're here. And I'm going to post that link in a second. When we get about 30, 40 people in the room, we'll be posting the link as people are getting alerted. I don't want people to miss out on a chance to get into this mock draft. So hang tight with me and pick up Dontrelle Hilliard while you're waiting. I see your thumbs down. What's up, Kevin? So yeah, preseason's almost over. Are you guys getting ready for football? We're 7 days away, less than 7 days away, really. All right, ready? Here goes as soon as this thumbs down goes back to thumbs up. We'll start. So everybody can lay into the person that hit the thumbs down until that goes to a thumbs up. We aren't starting yet. How's that? How's that for you? All right. What is going on here? There it is. It returned. Who were you? Speak up. All right. Here's the link. Ready? 1, 2. First come, first serve. How do you get in this? I'm going to be asked. Smitty, how do I get in the mock draft? I'm posting the link right now. And these spots are going to go quick. So the first 11 people to grab a spot are in. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Get it. Get some. I took the 10 spot. Alex grabbed the 1.9. Zone 6 grabbed the 12 spot. MX grabbed the 1.8. Get your mock draft on. For those of you just joining, links right in the chat. You can join this mock draft right now. Bride Boat jumped in and grabbed that 3 spot. The 1 spot's available. The 2 spot just went to Vinny. The 1 spot's available. The 4 spot just got taken by Rare. Rare jumped into the 1. 1.5, 1.6, 1.5 just went to Daryl. 1.6 went to Big Fella. We have 2 spots left, the 11 and the 7. Who's going to grab it? 7 goes to DeMar, and the 11 spot, going once, going twice, about to get grabbed. Who's the lucky final person to grab that 11 spot? I'm surprised it lasted this long. Normally it's like 20 seconds. Who wants it? 11 spot going once, going twice. I'm ready to mock draft. I haven't been in the 10 spot in a while. We'll see what I can cook up from that spot. I don't know that it's my favorite. I think my favorite so far is definitely the 6 spot. I love the 1, 2, 3, or 4 as well. Really, I'm a top 5 guy. The spot's already taken. There's only 1 spot left at 1.11. Let me post the link again. Who's going to grab the left? There it is. Rib. Okay, we're starting. Rare is on the clock at the 1. Who is Rare going to go? I'm still all in on Kamara as my 1.01. I know a lot of people still like Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. I laugh at the idea that Alvin Kamara is in a running back by committee. I find it almost hilarious that people define his role like that. The guy's going to get 80 to 90 receptions. 14, 13, 15, 16 TDs. Terrence, did you hit that bell? Get notified. That 11 spot was available for like 30 seconds after everybody had joined in, so. Sorry, Kevin. Rare's going to time out. Rare, did you grab 2 spots? Are you also 1.4? If so, you just timed out at the 1 pick trying to do 2 different draft slots, I think. If that's you. I'm pretty sure it is. Saquon Barkley in the timeout goes to at the 1.01. Vinny's up. Vinny takes Ezekiel Elliott. Look at Vinny go. I'm not too concerned about the rumors that Elliott is going to hold out through 6 weeks. Speculation, people. And it's so funny how that speculation can infect everybody. And then they start regurgitating it over and over. You take Zeke Elliott, you get Tony Pollard, and you have yourself 16 single starts. You're not starting them both ever at the same time. But 16 starts out of those 2. They're going to amount to a 1 to 3 running back overall. McCaffrey, Kamara at 1.4 is a steal. McCaffrey at 1.3 you can't go wrong with. Turn on the bell, Terrence, so you get notified. Chubb went at 1.5. Hopkins 1.6. Adams 1.7. Did you guys see Ocho Cinco crying on Instagram and wherever else it was posted. He posted a video of him crying when Davante Adams showed him or sent him video footage of him running routes. And Ocho Cinco was literally bawling, saying that it was like, essentially, paraphrasing, like the most beautiful thing he's ever seen, and it made him cry. So I don't know what the hell is going on there, but I have to admit that made me think about Davante Adams a little bit more and going, man, if he's making Ocho Cinco cry because of his route running this offseason, it's time to start getting more excited than normal about Davante Adams. He might just be that 1.7 lock for me now. Gonna make Ocho Cinco cry. Pull that up if you haven't seen it. It's pretty fantastic. What's up? What's up, big timer? All right, I'm on deck. Lev Bell's available. Julio's available. Mike Thomas is available. Odell Beckham Jr. is available. Tyreek Hill's available. Look at the players I'm scrolling through here. Todd Gurley, Dalvin Cook. Odell Beckham Jr. went. It's time to go bold. It's time to make a point. And it's time to show people how high I am on Dalvin Cook. I'm not afraid to take him at 1.10. You shouldn't either. The guy is a beast. Julio goes at 1.11. Mike Thomas at 1.12. What's up, Dave? Zone 6 with the back-to-back. Who's he going to pair? Mike Thomas. He grabs Travis Kelce. Lev Bell goes to the Julio owner. I'm on the clock here. Already got a running back. Gonna go Juju. Dalvin and Juju. I like it. As Andy said, noise. Hit the like button, everybody. And if you haven't, please subscribe or purchase a membership to sleeperu.com for a low price of $29 for the entire season. You get one-on-one advice from me, bold predictions, the rankings, the whole works. It's not a draft kit. It's a full-fledged website with tools, mock drafts, simulations, draft boards, everything you can think of. Pat Mahomes going at 2.4. I like it. I don't care. Poindexter says Chubb at 1.5 is clown-ish. I don't know if I'd say that, Poindexter. I'd say it's a little early for sure. But he's kind of a big year. But, yeah, he's more of like an 8 to 12 to 13 for me. But I can't argue against it, honestly. 2.5, James Conner. I love my Dalvin Cook and Juju pairing. I think a lot of people come at me saying, Smitty, should I do running back? Should I do wide receiver? In a lot of years, I do lean one way more than the other, although best player available is my number one priority in every draft. I don't go in with a set plan. I change based on who's available, who's gone. Always let best player available guide you. But I will say that this year, of all years, I'm finding myself in the position of being able to be balanced more often than ever before. Because when I'm drafting best player available, it oftentimes does leave me running back, or wide receiver. But the way that it's falling this year, that how awesome the talent is, and how there's not a big drop off from Mike Thomas at 1.12 or Odell at 1.9 and Juju at 2.3, you can go running back, wide receiver, running back. It's pretty easy to do without having to force it or take a player you don't love. You can, all things being equal, most times, if you're in really any draft slot, come out running back, wide receiver, running back. Andy, you're Hendy? Awesome. Glad to have you here, man. Glad you're joining the Fantasy Football Show revolution. 62 people in the room, 27 thumbs up. Let's get those numbers closer together. If I'm helping you at all, please hit that thumbs up. Please share. Please go to sleeperu.com. Check out the site if you haven't. It's my pride and joy what I've built up over the 16 years of my fantasy football career, all unveiled in bold fashion on sleeperu.com. The bold predictions, my style, everything I'm about, I bleed sleeperu.com, and now the fantasy football show as well. This is what I do, and I love for you to be a part of all of it, not just the fantasy football show here on YouTube. Hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, share with your friends and family, with your grandma, and go to sleeperu.com and get more. Get your fix, your year-round fix over at sleeperu.com. Why not PPR? I'm not sure what that meant. Probably for somebody else. Okay, so let's look at the team so far. You got Barkley, Montgomery, and Kittle. Even though you're going to be somewhat thin at wide receiver, I like it. It's a very good 3 players to have. Team 2, Elliott, Antonio Brown, Kerryon Johnson. Pretty solid. I think you reached a little with Antonio Brown. But, I mean, you're talking about 2 picks going by before your 3rd pick, so you could really go either way. But I think because you drafted Kerryon and Antonio Brown, you kind of went like a double risk. Because Kerryon, while I like him, he's still got a lot to prove. Brian, you got kicked out. You should be able to refresh if you're on a browser, if you're on your phone, I don't know. It might still be there if you go into your profile or whatever in the dashboard, I don't know. McCaffrey, Todd Gurley, Adam Thielen. Pretty solid, I guess, if you were to pair Henderson with Todd Gurley. I'm not a Todd Gurley fan, obviously, you guys know that. But I'd be okay with this team if you for sure got the cuff, Bry. Rare pulling off, I think, one of the better looking squads of 3 so far. Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Aaron Jones. I like that. Aaron Jones does have top 5 to 10 running back appeal, but he has a lot of risk, so make sure you're taking him no higher than this. Nick Chubb, Damian Williams, Keenan Allen, very, very solid to start, especially if you cuff Darwin later or if this was a real draft you did. And Nick Chubb, get Dontrelle Hilliard. I talked about him all yesterday, guys. This guy is a sleeping gem. May not get used more than in spot duty on 3rd downs, but that's enough to maybe be a flex potential guy during like a heavy bye week situation. You might be able to plug Hilliard in right away. We'll see how often the Browns use him, but I like him a lot. Big fella, trust your gut. I'm on the clock. Let me go back in a second. So I got Cook, Juju, Diggs is available. I'm not going Edelman, plus he's kind of hurt right now, but I wouldn't anyways. I think it's crazy talk grabbing him so high. Derrick Henry's not a bad option. I don't like Fournette here. Kind of a tough spot to be in. Diggs is okay, a little early. A lot of people like Diggs right here. Man, this is a tough spot to be in. What are you guys thinking? Let's go Diggs and see what we can do. That's early. I normally would never recommend taking Diggs as a 3rd drafted player, but my other pick's so close. I feel like he's the guy that will probably get taken if I don't take him now. So I'm going to use a little strategy here and take the guy who I normally would take in the 3rd round and take him, in the 4th round, and take him in the 3rd in hopes that the players that I like really at that 3rd spot will have more likelihood of falling. So we'll see if it works out. But now I find myself doing this a lot. Yeah, big timer. I know you probably go Fournette. I'm not a Fournette believer. Mark Ingram went. So I've been doing this a lot, and I'm putting a lot of eggs in my basket with Melvin Gordon. But at 4th round value, I tend to never shy away from him because you can recover from Melvin Gordon missing 8 games, let's say. He's going to play at some point this year. I firmly believe that. But at worst case scenario, I think you can recover from this. It's not like you're drafting them. Are you trolling us right now? Who are you talking about, Juan? Who are you talking about, Juan? His ADP was right there, Juan. Can't be that crazy of a pick when his ADP was literally, or his pre-ranked list ranking. Obviously, people are taking Diggs. I understand if you don't like Diggs there. I even explained that it was early, something I normally wouldn't do. The guy in your league just took Zeke and Melvin Gordon and Hunt. Andy Dev. I had a draft plan, but Mike Tyson says everyone has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. That's true. That's true. All right, let's go back to the teams. Are you doing more drafts? We'll do one more after this. We'll do 2 mock drafts tonight. How's that, guys? How do you like that? So let's get back to it. So we have it was Nick Chubb, right? Nick Chubb was the last team. DeAndre Hopkins, Joe Mixon, Chris Carson. Carson's too early for me. I can't take Carson in the 3rd round. That's just too high. Tyler says, had to hit that like button for the GOAT. Thank you, sir. Juan says, nah, I believe in Smitty. Thank you, Juan. Even though you're hating on my early pick. I explained it. I would never recommend. I even said those words, Juan. I would never recommend anybody take Diggs as their 3rd drafted player. But I took a gamble that Diggs would likely go before Melvin Gordon. So I did a little switcheroo and played the odds there and got him. I mean, Melvin Gordon I wouldn't want to take in the 3rd round either on paper, just saying third rounder. But, I mean, honestly, I'd take Cook, Juju, Diggs, and Melvin Gordon into battle. I'd be fine with that. A lot of people are taking Diggs in the 3rd round. I'm not that crazy, Juan. I'm not that crazy, Juan. People are doing it. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not correct, my friend. This game was made to be played on the field, not in your mind. And on the field, things happen differently than they do in your mind. Especially when the season is still 7 days away. Do I think DJ Moore will produce this year? I think he could. But I also think that Curtis Samuel could be the best wide receiver on that roster. First 5 picks, Chubb, Juju, Carson, Cooks, and Montgomery. I don't know how Montgomery's fallen, man. Look at the difference between this draft right here. Montgomery going in the 2nd round. All right, so back to the teams. Chubb, Damian, Keenan, Fournette, pretty good. I'm gonna go back. Barkley, Montgomery, Kittle, Calvin Ridley, Deshaun Watson, rare. You definitely have, I think, you had an advantage at the 1 spot. You definitely have, I think, the best looking team. Calvin Ridley's a fantastic wide receiver, given that you didn't even start drafting wide receivers or any wide receiver until the 4th round. You still got Deshaun Watson. I'm liking it. Zeke, Antonio Brown, carry on. Aaron Rodgers, way to anchor that Vinny. I've said before, if you take a little bit of a risk in the 2nd round, even the 3rd round, anchor that with an Aaron Rodgers, a Watson, and it definitely gets your team back into being damn solid. McCaffrey, Gurley, Thielen, Lockett, Boyd. Still not a fan of some of those picks, Bry, but trust your gut, my friend. Kamara, Tyreek Hill, Aaron Jones, O.J. Howard, Baker Mayfield. Nick Chubb, Damian Williams, Keenan Allen, Leonard Fournette, Evan Ingram, Hopkins, Joe Mixon, Chris Carson, Robert Woods. I'm not a fan of Carson. Davante Adams, Mike Evans, very good wide receivers. Josh Jacobs, Brandon Cooks. It's not bad. Let's see who you take here. Big fella took Henry. T.Y. Hilton. A lot of wide receivers, DeMar. David Johnson, James Conner, Amari Cooper, Julian Edelman. Not a fan of Edelman. He's also hurt. Keep an eye on that. Alex, Odell, Patrick Mahomes, Freeman, Derrick Henry. Pretty darn good running backs considering you waited. And you have potentially the highest scoring player in fantasy football in Mahomes, and who I think could be the number one wide receiver. Super chat by Unburger. Thank you, Unburger, for that super chat. Deebo Samuel, what round and what is his upside? In redraft, I would say you take him like near double, past double-digit rounds because he falls there typically. In Dynasty, I mean, it's tough to say. I'd almost say use your pre-rank list as your guide because in some drafts he might go really high. Other drafts he might not go till later, and use the pre-rank list to guide you into not making a pick earlier than you have to. But Deebo Samuel I oftentimes get as a fourth wide receiver, so not sure you got to reach much more than that. Little high on Darrell Henderson. MX, I don't think you need to reach for him that high anymore. People are down on him, so 5.8 is just way too early. Wait until the 6th round at least. In most of your drafts, you do not need to take him that high. People are really down on him right now. I'm on the clock. Gordon. So Mac's a decent pick here. He's falling so far because people are freaking out. And for good reason, but 5.10 is pretty damn good value for Mac. QB. It's probably one of the only times I haven't gotten one of my big name QBs. Thanks, Sandy. Man, who do I take? Marlon Mack. Let's go Marlon Mack. Not a team I typically draft. Juan, I don't normally take Diggs ever. So, there's that. Mac, I don't think I've owned Mac, but maybe one time in a mock, and I don't own him in one regular league, real league. I don't own him at all. In any real leagues, I don't think. So I'm on the clock again. Josh Gordon. Man, Josh Gordon went from rags to 6th round ADP material. It's crazy. Not saying it's bad or unwarranted. I'm just saying it's amazing, his climb. You used my advice, Henry, and you got the highest grade. Fantastic job tonight. Man, AJ Green's not bad value here. Lindsey's not bad value here. Gonna wait on a QB. Let's go AJ Green. Not a bad team. I mean, Juju, Diggs, AJ Green could be out 3-4 weeks. We don't really know. It could be 6 weeks. A lot of people speculating players return quickly all the time. But Mac, Melvin Gordon, Dalvin Cook. Not my favorite team. I admit to you guys when I don't love my drafts. Big Timer dropping the $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. I'm following Unburger's lead. 1 week till football. Yes, sir. This is the anti-Smitty team. Yeah, my team is definitely not normal Smitty material. Cook, I like Cook. I like Juju. Very good. Diggs, I normally don't grab them, but you guys snipe. And for anybody just looking at the rounds, like maybe Juan, look at who I passed on. Because in these drafts, when I'm drafting with you guys, like-minded, super freaking talented mock drafters, because we're all like-minded. We're all knowing who these sleepers are, and you're grabbing them almost too early in a sense. I mean, look at Henderson going way, way too high. But it's a mock draft. It's okay, but Henderson shouldn't go that high. He's not going that high anymore. He's going in the 6th, 7th round, which is great. Great news for all of us that still buy into him. But Hilliard or Damian Harris. Right now, Dontrelle Hilliard. But don't take him too early. Don't take him like in the 6th round right here, guys. It's just because I'm high on him. But I will say that Diggs, there wasn't a lot of great options after. I mean, I guess I could have taken Amari Cooper. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Amari Cooper had already gone. So there's Ertz, there's Godwin, there's Michelle. There weren't a lot of options. Derrick Henry. My Diggs pick was not that early, Juan, considering who was available. It's just different. Like in a normal draft, that Diggs wouldn't have had to been my pick, but I'm drafting with you guys. You're crazy. You're crazy. Any recommendations for first round pick number 7? Best player available is always my recommendation, my friend. Always. And I think that if Adams is there, you take Adams. And then you can probably get it's tough to say who you get at running back in the second round. Damian Williams would be one. And David Montgomery in the third round if you wanted to go Adams and like Evans or Adams and Mahomes. David Montgomery. It's a great way to start a 0 running back approach, at least through 2 rounds, is to grab Montgomery in the third. And people get him in the fourth. A lot of times I get hit with a damn rate my team, Smitty, list. And I'm reading it, and I don't like the third rounder. I barely like the fourth rounder. And then, boom, they say Montgomery's their fifth rounder. I'm like, what in the hell? How is your fifth rounder better than your third and your fourth rounder? Like, that's the crazy part about David Montgomery. He's a league saver, a bad draft saving pick for a lot of these people. Noob University says he needs to get into football. Well, you're in the right place, my friend. Let us teach you and guide you, my friend. Hendy had a bad preseason as you hoped for, and you're all in, says Andy. I didn't hope for it. I just, he was going too high, and he's going to look to get 9 to 12 touches a game right out of the gate. Now, maybe the Rams changed their mind with a bad preseason, but I have a feeling what they're saying is not everything's decided in the preseason carries, the limited action that all these players get. There's practice. There's the one-on-one stuff that we don't see between coach and player. Damn, you guys steal everybody. What pick are we in? 7th round. You guys snipe everyone. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start doing some sniping of my own. How you like that? Snipage. It's about a round too early. But I want to do some sniping. If he's going to start week 1 and 2, I don't know that he will. I think everyone's freaking out about Tony Pollard, starting 6 games. First of all, you have to grab him. This is the funny part that I don't get. I don't get why people say this to me. I don't get it. They come to me and they say, Smitty, I'm trusting you, and I'm taking Zeke Elliott, and you better be right about him. And then I say to them, did you grab Tony Pollard? And they say no. And then I say, well, then how did you take my advice? Because my advice is grab Zeke Elliott, grab Tony Pollard, and you have a top 1 to 3 running back overall. And all they hear is take Zeke Elliott. You have to have both. You have to have both. If you missed out, there's still salvaging because you have other players on your roster. It's not like you're starting 0 players at that running back 1 or 0. You're not going to get a 0. If you have other players like Devin Singletary, whoever you can plug in for a week, you're going to be fine. You don't have to have Pollard to get points. Whoops. Damn, who do I take? You guys are snipers. Yeah, not my favorite team. Keep hitting that button. Dalvin Cook, Juju, Diggs, Melvin Gordon, Mack, AJ Green, Tony Pollard, Drew Brees. I took Pollard really early. I just wanted to snipe somebody. Who got Zeke? I got tired of being sniped. I wanted to get some retaliation going, Vinny. So I sniped your guy. I normally would have taken like Devin Single or I'm sorry, I would have taken like Jalen Samuels or somebody there. Drop Damian Harris for Hilliard, probably, Eric. You got Montgomery at 38. That's crazy, Dave. It's arguable, big timer, but I'm telling you, I have a weird feeling about. I told you guys last night, I have a weird feeling about Hilliard. What does he do tonight? Touchdown reception, pretty darn good rushing outing. He looks good. I like Dontrelle Hilliard a lot. If Nick Chubb was to go down, and make no mistake about it, there are some players that are a little more injury prone than others in the NFL. Nick Chubb is one of those running backs. If you own him and you own none of his backups, guess what? You're probably going to be a little defensive. You're probably the one arguing, Smitty, you're wrong. Chubb is not injury prone. Chubb's going to be just fine. He's not going to miss any games, and that's fine if that's your stance. But you know what? He's a big rusher that's abusive to his own body on every single carry and every single play. A guy that wasn't used a ton in the receiving game that's going to be used more. Unberger, holy smokes, dropping the 100 spot. Unberger, bro. Please rate my team. Thank you, sir. First of all, half PPR 10-man with the 1.1 went Kamara, Carry On, Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry, Pat Mahomes, Big D or Big Ben? Evan Ingram, Dede, Curtis Samuel, Darwin Thompson. Okay, so you have, let's make sure I'm not on the clock. Make sure, so you went Kamara. So first of all, Kamara, you have my 1.1. I love it. Carry On and Aaron Jones are pretty darn good with Derrick Henry, and you have Mahomes. Now you're thin at wide receiver, but you have some ability to make some trades if you want. You can trade. Clarify Big D for me. Do you mean Big Ben? Because you put Big D. Or you talking about, I don't know who you're talking about there. Unberger dropping. Yeah. Unberger dropping the super chat, man. Thank you, sir. Evan Ingram. So I would look to try and acquire an Odell Beckham Jr. on the cheap, a Mike Evans. An Antonio Brown might not be a bad option for you because he has top 5 to 10 wide receiver upside. He comes with a lot of drama, but you might be able to get him for a Derrick Henry. But I would trade Derrick Henry and Mike Williams for one better wide receiver and roll with Kamara, Mahomes, Aaron Jones, and then your money, bro. So I would definitely... Big D, you're talking about David Montgomery? Is that what you're calling Big D? Yeah, Big Bones 100. We're going to start calling Unberger Big Bones 100. That's your new name, Unberger. Although Unberger is pretty good. I don't know how we don't call you Unberger. Unberger. What's a better nickname? Big Bones 100 or Unberger? But all I know is Big Bones is dropping some serious loads on the show. And I'm very appreciative of it. If Big D is David Montgomery, Unberger, you have a massive amount of trading power here. You went running back, super running back heavy though. Probably would have grabbed some wide receivers there if Big D is actually David Montgomery. I don't know who Big D is. Tell me who Big D is. I normally call him Monty, D-Mont. Big Bones, man. Big Bones 100. What moron is going to accept Henry for Antonio Brown? Dirk, there are a lot of people that would consider that a pretty even Steven type swap. I mean, Derrick Henry goes either in the 3rd round or the 4th round. Antonio Brown goes typically in the 3rd round. So, you just have to find somebody that likes Henry a lot. You could give up a little more. I did say Henry and Mike Williams together. All right, who am I taking? I'm here arguing while I'm on the clock. I'm gonna time out. Who do I take? I'm going to time out. Damn it. He's just calling Mike Williams Big D Mike Williams. Okay, got it. Where'd Umberger go? What's up, Jake? Well, you still have good trade power, so I would trade Mike Williams and Derrick Henry for one player, like Antonio Brown, which is what I was saying earlier. I didn't say you had to trade just Henry. I'd go get Antonio Brown. I'd go get somebody like that. It was my pick. It's okay. I was helping out Big Bones 100 Unberger. For dropping 100 super chat, we got to call Unberger Big Bones 100. You have to call him by his full name. If I can remember that. But that's my commitment to you, Unberger. All year, I'm going to try and remember to call you Unberger Big Bones 100. It's your full nickname. It does help the show. I appreciate it. As the show grows, the show can definitely... Oh, I'm on the clock again. Can definitely handle the super chatting and with open arms. So I appreciate it. Appreciate it to all of you guys that drop, even people dropping little bits here and there. It adds up, man. It's awesome. Very appreciative of you guys. Oh boy. I guess I should go tight end here. I don't know. Yeah, let's start a new mock draft already, huh? Hit that like button, says Jake. Let's do one more mock. You guys game for one more? I'm going to make the next one only 8 rounds. Oh, sorry. I kept this up the whole time. Big Bones. Big Bones 100. I wish we could make this timer shorter than 60 seconds. Do they have an option for 30? Draft settings. Damn it. Why don't they have that? 30 seconds would be great. Unberger, yeah, I hope you join. I'm going to post the link in here. So just grab a spot immediately. Download Sleeper, Unberger. Sleeper app on your phone right now. So you're prepared, okay? And let me know when you have it downloaded. Create an account, download the app. It's Sleeper Fantasy. And once you're good, I'm going to post the link and you click it. You click it, Unberger. You get in, all right? Don't spend a lot of time. You have to name your team before you get a spot. I forget on here. I normally start them. I don't join them. Just finished. Handcuffing Harrison Sony. Yeah, it's okay. I like it. If you're in a deep league. How'd you do in your draft? MCD. Superflex, you have Watson, Kamara, Cooks, Edelman, Andrews, Flexes, Coleman, Goff, Lindsey. I like it. Nice work. Screwing this up, I traded Leonard Fournette and Armstead. What did you trade him for? Traded Leonard Fournette and Armstead. How can this be bad? I don't know. Tell me who you traded him for. What's up, Delta? What are your thoughts on the ESPN live draft special they had on ESPN? It was pretty good. I hope to kind of have like a feel of that show and mine, combined every day. That's my goal here for the fantasy football show. I go live a lot and I produce a lot of content. I try and produce something every day. Don't always It doesn't always happen, but I try to produce something every day. But I want it to be more organized and have more of a format to it and have you guys literally look forward to a 10 to 2 4-hour show like every day. That's my goal here. And people like Unburger Big Bones 100, who just dropped 100 spot in the super chat, are helping me get there faster. Tyreek Hill, I'm sorry, Hilton, T.Y. Hilton was getting overdrafted already, and I think with Luck retiring, it just makes him more like a 5th rounder to me, top of the 5th. Reach on Kittle or Mahomes in the 3rd round. Mahomes isn't a reach in the 3rd round. Kittle's not a reach in the 3rd round. They're both great. Adam Schefter took Mahomes 1st overall. LOL. That's funny, Delta. I love Mahomes. I think Mahomes in the late second's not bad. I don't care what the trend is. I don't care how against the grain that is. People can shove it. People can shove their weight on a QB approach. I don't care. You traded a 2020 mid first and Duke Johnson and a 2021 late first. You have Zeke, Mixon, Cooper. You traded for a 2020 mid first and Duke Johnson. I don't know that that's bad. I don't know. Duke could be pretty good. I'm not a big Fournette believer, though. A lot of people might think he got ripped off there, but we'll see. Depends on that first. If that first ends up being better than you think, but if you think it's just middle of the pack. Who do I take here? I don't know who to grab. 14 seconds. Who do I grab? I don't know. Pettis. I think Pettis could be better than people think. Absolutely, I'm giving Big Bones advice if he's mocking with you, says Andy. Thank you, Alex. And, of course, we have a little delay. The draft has ended. Okay, I kind of already reviewed the teams as we went. Mike Thomas, the last team is Mike Thomas, Travis Kelce, Chris Godwin, Michelle. I think that's a tough spot to be in a draft with all of you guys because you get sniped. And, Godwin's a really early 3rd rounder, but you did have the back-to-back. Michelle's also pretty early, but what options did you have when everybody's sniping everybody that we want? And then Rib has Julio, Bell, Ertz, Mark Ingram. Not bad. I don't love my team. It's good, but I don't love it. Cook, Juju, I love those 2 picks. Diggs it felt too early. Melvin Gordon, I like in the 4th round. Marlon Mack felt pretty good. AJ Green felt good too. It's not a bad team. I just don't love it. Just don't love it. Let's do one more mock. Big Bones, are you in? Let's do draft settings. 60 seconds, PPR. Bench, so we're doing what? How many rounds was that? Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just go 8 rounds. All right. Big Bones, you ready? Just making sure you're in here. Unburger, I want you to be in this mock. You deserve it. Let me know if you're here before I post this link. He was on a mission to go download the Sleeper app. Unburger, okay, ready? Unburger, I'm going to post this. I'll go from the 2 spot. I don't think I've gone from the 2 spot in a little while. Invite people. Copy that link. All right, Unburger, ready? Here we go. Unburger, you're going to click this link as soon as I post it, okay? Go. Go time. I better see that Unburger name in there, guys. Let Unburger in. Doc Holliday joined immediately. Area 51 immediately. MX immediately. Jason, Jake, Rib, Chiefs. Come on, Unburger. I'm rooting for you. Happa joined Vinny. I don't see Unburger. Damn it. Unburger. Start. Unburger, did you rename your team though? Maybe you're somebody else. Maybe you're Jason. Maybe you're Area 51. Or did you miss out? Barkley went. I'm going to go with Kamara. I have a feeling Unburger didn't get in. Damn it. Unburger, you helped me draft if you missed it. But I might need you to respond quickly because when I'm on the clock, we have like a 10-second delay probably. But Unburger is going to help me draft. If you haven't already, sleeperu.com. Get your year-round fantasy football advice. TheFantasyFootballShow.com. You're obviously here already. Nolan's in. He's Doc. Attaboy. I love Doc Holliday. That's a good name. K Badass says, just watch previous draft. Bro, if Fournette falls to the late third, even fourth, you got to take him. That's if you like Fournette, bro. I don't like him. Russell missed out on this one. Well, Rare, you took 2 spots last time, didn't you? DeMar's in it again. DeMar won't stop. DeMar won't stop, can't stop. Unburger, you didn't get in? Damn. Okay, you can help me, but you got to respond quick because I'm only going to have, 60 seconds to make a pick. And Unburger, all of you guys, make sure you get on over to sleeperu.com if you haven't already. Couldn't get in. They made me log in again, and I fumbled like Carlos Hyde. Unburger dropped the ball. That's okay. We still... Unburger, Big Bones 100, you are still the man, the myth, the legend of this live show. Okay, let's analyze this as we go. Barkley at 1.01. Kamara I took at 1.02. Poindexter says, I'm always in. McCaffrey, Elliott, it's almost boring to talk about the top 4. And yes, I think Elliott's the 1.04. Let's get that out there. Let's stop talking about that. Elliott is the 1.04. Why? Because you draft Pollard. You reach for him if you have to. You have a top 1 to 3 running back. Stop talking about how Elliott isn't a top 4 pick. He is. Stop asking me after I say that. Hey, Smitty, should I take Elliott at 1.7 if he's there? Well, if I just said he's in my top 4, then yes. And then somebody's going to message me, Smitty, I have the 1.19. I'm a little, the 1.9. I'm a little worried about if Elliott falls. Should I take him? Well, the answer is, if I think he's in my 4th, then I think you should take him at 9. So I just want to get that out there because I tend to get asked that over and over. Even when I post a video on Instagram and I'm like, Zeke Elliott's my 1.04. I'm not wavering because I'm going to take Tony Pollard. And I'm going to have a top 3 running back with 16 starts out of the 2 guys combined. Not starting both of them. 16 starts. And what do people do in the comments? Smitty, I have the 1.7. Should I take Elliott there? So I want to get that out there. Elliott's my 1.4. 1.5. Can't go wrong with D. Hopkins. Ocho Cinco cried on Instagram because he said Davante Adams sent him footage of him running routes. That's how much Ocho Cinco, Chad Johnson, thinks of Adams' route running this year. I'm excited about him. That made me more excited, I have to admit. I don't know why. Ocho Cinco's hard to please. The guy was crying. David Johnson, 1.7. A lot of people like him at 1.5. I think he's more of a 7 to 9 guy. Odell Beckham Jr. is going to go early in our drafts because we are Sleeper U. We are the Fantasy Football Show. We know what's up. But know that Odell's going to fall to like 12, 13, 14 overall in most drafts. Bell, start thinking about who we should go with here on Burger.
Wow.
Every time Mahomes goes in the second round, the app makes that sound. I don't know why. Maybe because it thinks it's early. I don't know. Julio, Kelsey. Kelsey, to me, MX is just too high because I think, you can recover from that depending on who you get in the third round. Like if you're drafting a Montgomery, and let's say you took like a Mike Evans, then Kelsey, Evans, and Montgomery is pretty good. But I just think, let's see how good your team looks when you're done. We'll see if you look thin at running back and wide receiver based on that move. Mike Thomas and Cook, you can't go wrong at the 12-13 turn. That's a fantastic start. I do love the 12 and 13 picks, but then in drafts with all of you, that 3.12 is going to be really hard, Vinny. Let's see what you do with it. Alex, gotta check out Smitty chat soon. Peace. Thank you, Alex. Always appreciate your support. Is Montgomery going in the second round in every draft? No. Know that we are drafting him too high in our group because we're all so super high on him. He's falling to the third and fourth, sometimes fifth round. So to answer your question, Mustang, don't take him in the second round. You don't need to. He is in the third round. Damian Williams, Alvin Kamara. I'm going to go Damian. Damian Williams. What round is Montgomery going in? Late third, early fourth. Not in the second round. I repeat, do not take David Montgomery like Rib did at 2.9. He's doing that because we're all fighting for him. So Christian McCaffrey, Todd Gurley. I'm not a fan of Todd Gurley, but you can't argue that there's upside there if you cuff him with Darrell Henderson, Elliott, and Montgomery, even though Montgomery should not be taken at 2.9 because you don't have to. It's still a fantastic duo. Hopkins and Evans, I like it. Davante Adams and Mahomes, love it. I don't care what people think. I'm on the clock. Antonio Brown got sniped. Damn you, Chiefs. I was really hoping to get him. What do you think, Humburger? Who are we going with, Humburger? Thielen? We got 39 seconds. Cooper? Cooper, Thielen, or do we go carry on Aaron Jones? Humburger. I need Aaron Jones, says Humburger. I'm going with Aaron Jones because Humburger said so. And we're going to try the zero wide receiver approach. Per Humburger. Humburger deserves this chance. He was a super chat $100 dropper. So he's helping me draft. He's earned it. He's going to be a part of this draft. Smitty, I am wrong for pounding the table. Am I wrong for pounding the table at CMC? No. CMC's arguable as the one. Any of those four are. You could argue Zeke Elliott even with the holdouts 1.1 worthy with Tony Pollard. I might do one more league Unburger, and if I do, and it's not like a random league where I get on here first come first serve, if I do a more planned out league, I will make sure you're in it for being such an amazing super chatter. What if you're drafting in Chicago? You won't get him in the third. I don't know, Daniel. I think here at sleeperu.com and thefantasyfootballshow.com, I think we're drafting him higher than Chicago natives, to be honest with you. K Badass says he likes that running back trio of ours, which is Kamara, Damian Williams, and Aaron Jones. I like it too. We'll see what happens at wide receiver for us, won't we? Mustake says, I meant I have the 12th pick, so I will have to have the last pick in the first round, first pick in the second round, and at the end of the third round. You hope that you get... Yeah, I hope Montgomery would be there for you. He might be. What do I think of Hill and Shepard for Gall? What do I think of Hill, Shepard, and Galladay as wide receivers? That's not bad, Anthony, but it depends on who you have. Unburger, are you on sleeperu.com? If not, it would be the number one source for you for fantasy football information, bowl predictions, rankings, and all the tools you need to dominate your league. Unburgered, you'd also enjoy the forum and getting to know the community on my forum at sleeperu.com. Sleeper, the letter u.com. Unburger, it's your new home. Yeah, I like my running back trio as well. Unburger and I are unveiling the trifecta at running back, and we're going to see what kind of wide receivers we can drop with this approach. Oh, you are? Great, Unburger. What's your username, if you don't mind? If you don't want people to know it on the live, that's fine. But I would be curious to know what your username is. And if I know you. Unburger? Are you dad? Dad? Mom? That'd be funny if Unburger's like, this is your father. You have Johnson, Demont, Thomas. That's good. Henry, Thomas. That's good running backs. With those wide receivers, yeah, then I'm down for what you got going on. So much upside with Kamara, D. Williams, and Jones. I agree, big timer. I like this. I'd take this approach into battle, as I usually say with my mock drafts. But let's see what we do at wide receiver. Unburger. He said that the username is Gravel Unburger Big Bones 100. Whoa. Talk about maxing out the characters. Let's see. And Unburger, you may have just already won for being a super chatter and a subscriber. Email me from your account and we'll set up a call before your draft. How's that? Does that work for you? We'll do a 10-minute strategy session before your draft. That's what you get from me because I'm interactive with my people. And I try and respond to every comment I get on the YouTube channel. Like if it's like months ago that the video posted, sometimes I don't get the alerts like I do with, or stay on top of the comments. If it's a fresh video, I usually, like the last 2 or 3 videos, try and get back to every comment I get. I don't know who disliked Matthew, but that's okay. I think I'm in this draft, says Andy. You think? You'll literally cry if I don't get David Montgomery at the end of the 3rd round. You might get him. More times than not, people are getting him in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. It's crazy. Unburger, we're coming up, Unburger. We're coming up, bro. For those that don't know, Unburger dropped a $100 super chat. I'm letting him help me draft. So we're gonna drop it like it's hot here in a minute for some wide receivers and mix a good wide receiver crew, hopefully with these 3 running back beasts that we have here, and Alvin, Kamara, Damian Williams, and Aaron Jones. You're from Canada. Are you on Instagram, Unburger? If you're on Instagram, we can do a video chat and just do it there. So jump on there, find me under The Fantasy Football Show, and we'll schedule a 10-minute video chat session getting you ready for your draft. That'd work even better. And it doesn't matter if you're in Canada. Why are people trading for Gurley? I don't know why people are trading for Gurley. Yes, big timer, they're always... Actually, the hater went away. Someone might have thumbed down something I was saying and then they switched it. I don't know. Unburger, we're on the clock. Get ready. Tell me who you like. Okay, we're on the clock. Probably not going running back here. Quarterbacks, we could go Deshaun Watson, Unburger, and drop that beauty right on this roster. Oh, we got Godwin available. We've got Hilton. We've got I don't like Edelman, but if you want him on Burger, he's yours. But I traditionally do not draft Edelman in the top 4 rounds. I just don't. But who are we going with? Who are we going with? Well, I can Skype you. It's no problem. Or you can actually I can give you a dial-in number. Who are we going with? Who are we going with? We got 9 seconds on Burger. I'm going Godwin. I tried to wait for you. Burger says, go with Goldfish. Godwin. I picked who you wanted. Attaboy. Look at that team. I like that team. Kamara, Damian Williams, Aaron Jones, Chris Godwin. If Miss Smitty weren't sleeping, I'd ring the bell right now. I'd go. But I'm not crazy. I'm not going to get killed over this. So I'm gonna, after this pick here, I'm gonna start looking at the teams, give you my grade, my early grades. There's a huge delay on the stream, says Charlie. Yeah, after about an hour, and we've been live for an hour and 6 minutes, there tends to be like a good 10-15 second delay. Kind of sucks, especially if you're doing a 24-hour live stream. It gets a little bit behind. Deshaun Watson got sniped by the Chiefs. Why would we expect anything else from the Chiefs? Why would we think that the Chiefs would take... I mean, he already took Antonio Brown from us. Of course he's going to take Deshaun Watson. That's what sucks on Burger. We're up, by the way. Galladay or Hilton. Or, I don't like the quarterbacks here. Mack is a decent option. Who are we going with? Galladay, Hilton, Ridley? Do we go Ridley? I like Ridley here on Burger. We have 30 seconds. Oh, he said Hilton. Okay. Wow, it's a pretty good team. What do you think of that team, Big Timer? You like that? Yo, Smitty, how's it going? What's up, Isaac? Hilton, he said. Yeah, I got it, K Badass. I got it. I plugged it in. He likes Hilton. Said it early. He did. Unburger was on top of it. I didn't see it. So I got him. Hilton's ours. So, Kamara, Damian Williams, Aaron Jones, Chris Godwin, T.Y. Hilton. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. That's the first time mock drafting with all of you that I've been able to pull off the 0 wide receiver approach through 3 rounds and like the team. That's the first time I've actually really liked it. Chris Godwin and Hilton are pretty darn good wide receivers considering we went running back. I like it. So I'm going to analyze the teams real quick. Barkley, I don't like Fournette in the second round at all. Chiefs, I'm not going to lie to you. I think that is way too early because he's a bum. I don't trust him. Makes bad decisions on and off the field. He's injury prone, and the team almost wrote him off in January, February, and he's done nothing to prove himself since, so why would I believe in him? But all that said, and you even took Edelman, who I don't like at all either at his ADP, but 5th round's not too bad. All that said, I think you have a top 5 team. So hopefully that makes you feel good there. Barkley, Fournette, Antonio Brown, Deshaun Watson, Edelman. That's a really good team despite some of the things I don't like about it. Because the Edelman pick is a good enough pick given how late it was. A lot of people take him in like the late 3rd or early 4th, so not bad. Fournette's early, but I still like it. So I think Unburger and I drafted Kamara, Damian Williams, Aaron Jones, Chris Godwin, T.Y. Hilton. I think that is probably a top 5 team. Team 3, McCaffrey, Gurley, Kittle, Cooks, Galladay, Still very solid. I think top 6. We're going to run out of top 6 spots if we're not careful. If I keep throwing top 6 labels for every team I review here. Elliott, Montgomery, Thielen, Lockett, Mack. Montgomery was early. Thielen, Montgomery could earn that. I'm just saying he was early. Thielen could earn that, I guess. Lockett, I'm not a big fan of as a 4th drafted player. Mack is pretty good in the 5th round. Not amazing, but good. I think that could be a borderline top 6 team. One thing happens, like if Mack ends up being insanely good, or if I'm wrong about Lockett and he does explode, or then you get inside the top 3, but I'd say you're about top 6 now. Hopkins, team 5 is Hopkins, Evans, Kerryon, Baker Mayfield, Hunter Henry. Very thin at running back. Kerryon as a 3rd rounder has some risk. He has a lot of upside too, so it's about right. I don't think you're stealing him away there, but I don't think you're taking like a huge gamble, but you don't have any other running backs. So that could be that this team will survive and either be amazing based on your sleeper picks that you make. So if you have like a Jalen Samuels that pops and gets into your lineup, Darwin Thompson, something like that, then this team could take off Jake in a big way. DeMar, you have at the 6th spot, Davante Adams, Patrick Mahomes. I love that start. Jacobs is a little early, but given the situation, given you needed a running back, given that you have White and Duke, it could be a pretty good team. I love your first 2 picks, but I think, if you had landed your 3rd and 4th a little bit better, you would be unstoppable, because I think you have 2 amazing top players there in Adams and Mahomes. You could literally have the best player at each position there. David Johnson, Juju, Keenan Allen, Michelle, Phillip Lindsay. I don't like the running backs, Jason. I'm sure you kind of aren't super happy with that team, but a good, well, that's actually not bad. I don't know why. I was actually looking at that differently. David Johnson, Juju, Keenan Allen, Michelle Lindsay. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Sorry, I don't know what I was saying there at first. I was mixing up one of your teams with another person's when I was reading off David Johnson. David Johnson, Juju, can't start better than that at that spot. And then Keenan Allen's a little early for me, but that's kind of where people are taking him. Sonny Michel's a little early for me. That's kind of where I got thrown off there looking at your team. But Lindsey's very good. Jarvis Landry's very good that late. I like it. On Burger, start looking at who you like. Here are the best players available. Coleman, Eckler, Cohen, Lamar Miller, Geis, Balaj, wide receiver, Mike Williams, Robbie Anderson, Dede, Kirk, Fuller, Samuel, Geronimo Allison, and then QB, Ryan, Breeze, Goff, Newton, Wilson. Kind of liking a QB here, so start thinking about that. And we're up. Who are we going with on Burger? Smitty, I got the 12th pick, 1st round. I would go Cook with the back-to-back bookend picks. I would go Cook and Odell, or Odell and Cook, Mike Thomas and Cook, Mike Thomas and Chubb, something like that. Samuel. You like Curtis Samuel here? What about QB? Because Curtis Samuel might be a tad early here. So we could probably get a QB. Someone might snipe us because we're talking about it out loud. But what if we go Russell Wilson here? Sorry, Umberger. And I'm going to try and get Samuel next. Now, Chiefs might snipe us. But that would be a little early to go Samuel. I kind of like Mike Williams here too, though. But Umberger, I'm going to go with what you say. If you want Samuel, I'm going to do it. But I think we need a QB there. Now, if Chiefs takes Samuel to snipe us, we'll take Mike Williams maybe. Garrett says take Andrew Luck. Maybe we take him with the last pick, Mr. Irrelevant, just to dedicate it to Andrew Luck. So here, Umberger. We are almost on the clock here. Sorry, Umberger. I made an executive decision and I went Russell Wilson. So Mike Williams went. That's a good pick. That's probably who I would have taken myself. But Umberger wants Samuel. We're going Samuel because Umberger is making the call for me because he's a Super Chat winner in this draft. So Umberger, there you go. All right, let's get back to analyzing the teams here. Where were we at? David Johnson. So yeah, Jason, pretty good team. I jumped the gun on saying that wasn't the best team. Odell, James Conner, Amari Cooper, Darrell Henderson again going around too early here, guys. Well, 6.5 isn't bad, but I think he typically, if you're outside of a league like ours, he would go. Yeah, Mike Williams went on Burger, so we got Samuel. We got Samuel for you. Calvin Ridley to 5.8. That's a fantastic pick, Happa. I like your team. I'm not a big fan of Connor, but if you get Jalen Samuel, and you don't have to in the mock, I'm just saying in general, if you were to get Jalen Samuel, you got Henderson, Derrick Henry, Calvin Ridley, Cooper. That's a top 16, bro. Nice work. Doc Holliday, Lev Bell, Tyreek Hill, Devonta Freeman, Zach Ertz, Josh Gordon, AJ Green. Fantastic. I think I'm running out of top six spots. I think I dealt out probably 8 of them. So I don't know how I can rank anybody any higher anymore now. Everybody's like even, which isn't unusual where you have a bunch of teams that just feel like really even, especially if you're drafting with like-minded people. Yeah, Hendy's ADP should drop into 7 or 8, but you want to take him at 6, so be it. I'm okay with it. Julio, Joe Mixon, Chris Carson's too early in the 3rd round, in my opinion, but that's my opinion. I could be wrong. Joe Mixon, I'm not a huge fan of. So Area 51, trust your gut if you like Mixon and Carson. I don't. So it's hard for me to rank your team without a bias involved because I'm against Mixon and Carson at their ADPs. I just don't like it. Okay, I said we look at your team, MX, but you did something that I like. And I talk about it a lot. You took a gamble on Melvin Gordon, but Melvin Gordon could be that anchor, that balancing piece that makes your Travis Kelce pick work. So you took Kelce, you took Nick Chubb, Diggs. I was called crazy for taking Diggs in the 3rd round the last mock draft, but Diggs is pretty decent at that spot given who was available. I would have loved if you went Aaron Rodgers instead. Aaron Rodgers wouldn't have been there for you instead of Melvin Gordon. Yeah, so I mean, I Diggs, Melvin Gordon, Cooper Kupp, Carson Wentz, Nick Chubb. One thing, if Gordon comes back, you're in it, man. You're in the top 3 team. But if Gordon doesn't come back, let's say till week 8, which I don't think will happen, then that's when you'd be in some trouble. But I like that risky move given what you did with Kelce. I think you pulled that off. Usually it's hard to pull off a really good-looking team with Kelce in the 1st round. I just don't usually see it. Mike Thomas, Dalvin Cook, Mark Ingram, Aaron Rodgers. This is what I love, Vinny. You'll hear me say it over and over and beat a dead horse with it, but it's just so important to me that when you go with Aaron Rodgers in the 4th round or 5th round, especially if you can get him in the 5th, and at your pick you were turning into the 4th, so yeah, he wouldn't have lasted here, 5th rounder. But Aaron Rodgers is such an anchor of points for you. Like, look at that. Like, you have Mike Thomas, you have Dalvin Cook, Mark Ingram you could call early, but anchoring him to a potential 40 TD passer, I love that. It's fantastic. It makes your team look so good. I like it. This is tough. I don't know how to rank these teams. These are all really close teams. I like ours a lot, Kamara, and I say ours, I mean Umberger and mine, because we drafted this team together. He was the Super Chat winner, and we made this team together with a consensus type. I did a little overriding with the Russell Wilson. I apologize, Umberger. I shouldn't have done that without talking to you, but we were running out of time. I'm glad we got a good QB there. But Russell Wilson, T.Y. Hilton, Chris Godwin, Curtis Samuel, then Aaron Jones, Damian Williams, and Alvin Kamara. Darwin Thompson was probably someone we should have taken Darwin at 7.2 on Burger because we got sniped. But it's a mock, so don't worry. Should you trade Lev Bell for Dalvin Cook? Absolutely. Go get Dalvin Cook. What about Rashad Penny and Carson Stack? Yeah. Not at 3 and 4, bro. You don't take Penny in the 4th round, Garrett. Is that what you mean? Or are you talking about as your 3rd and 4th running back? I mean, I would not take Penny. Penny's like a late pick. I don't think Penny's gone yet. So you don't take... I don't think that's what you meant. That couldn't be what you meant, to take Penny in the 4th. I don't know what you mean, though. Just finished drafting Smitty. How do you like it? First pick, 10-teamer. Mahomes, Barkley, Chubb, Evans, Diggs. Wow, and a 10-teamer? That's pretty hard to beat, man. You're the front runner, Anthony, I can tell. That's a good team. All right, Umberger, who are we going with? We got A-Rob. A-Rob wouldn't be bad here. Fuller wouldn't be bad here. Geronimo Allison wouldn't be bad here. Lat Murray's okay here. Balaj. We don't have a tight end yet. Do we go with Hooper? Or do we just assume, this is only 8 rounds, do we just assume we'd get like a Greg Olsen, a Rudolph, a Reed, a Doyle? Who are we going with, Umberger? Hit me with it. Jordan Reed, he says. A little early, Umberger. I'm not going to lie. Look how far down he is. I'm kind of thinking we should go with A-Rob, and then we would assume that we would go Jordan Reed later. Just to kind of guide you on this one, because I think I'd be a little early. Because he's lucky. They got Hooper, Walker. A lot of times the pre-rank list, just a little advice, Umberger, the pre-rank list will guide you into not taking a guy too high. But look how far down Reed is. There's no way Reed was going to go in a normal draft even close to this pick. So my advice would have been to not take him. Ebron was gone. Ebron was gone. Yeah. So Reed would fall. Yeah, 2 mock drafts. That was fun. What do you say we look into the news real quick? And then we'll call it a night. So let's pull up. Let's pull up the news. Let's do a little news. All right, let me quit iTunes real quick because it's going to freaking want to connect. I got to turn off that setting. Quit. All right. Let's get into it. Yeah, no problem, Umberger. Umberger, that was your team, bro. I should have just taken Reed without even arguing with you. You're the head coach. I'm the offensive coordinator. Okay, Drake. Possible trade bait. Mentions Kenyon Drake and Kenny Stills as possible trade bait. That's weird. I don't know what you guys think about Drake, but I'm all about Balaj or no player at all. I'm not taking Drake. I don't think Drake can stay healthy. I'm not a big fan of Drake. It's Balaj or no Dolphin running back for me. Hurd. What do you guys think of Jalen Hurd? Kyle Shanahan was uncertain if Jalen Hurd back will be ready for week 1. This guy's super talented, but this opens the door back up for Dante Pettis to grab his spot back. And watch out for Pettis. I think Pettis has a lot of upside. I think all those wide receivers in San Fran are pretty darn good. McKinnon returned to 49ers practice. It was McKinnon's first practice in nearly 3 weeks. There have been rumors that McKinnon was a candidate for injured reserve, but that is not looking likely now. So there was a lot of talk about... Actually, let's see here. There was new news. Actually, that needs to be refreshed. That was actually old. So, because I think McKinnon had a setback today, so that did not sound correct when I was reading it. All right, here we go. Jalen Hurd. I thought that was updated because Jalen Hurd was right on the front page still. Speaking after Thursday's preseason finale, Coach Shanahan said Jalen Hurd back will likely miss week 1, so that's an update. So Hurd will not be a candidate for injury reserve, but that the injury is more serious than first feared. That opens the door to Dante Pettis. Ezekiel Elliott news. Speaking Thursday, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said he expects holdout running back Ezekiel Elliott to miss games. I just accept that, Jones says. He can't and won't miss them all. We are firmly into the mind. Let's see here. Realistic shot at suiting up for the opener against the Giants. Elliott needs to report within the next 2 to 3 days to have a realistic shot of suiting up, is what RotoWorld's saying. Even at 1 to 2 starts would make Pollard fully worth the 10th or 12th round pick. We've seen Pollard go way earlier than the 10th to 12th. We've seen him go in the 8th to 10th. So if you draft Elliott, reach for him in the 8th round. Don't mess around with waiting for him until 10 or 12. Get Pollard if you own Zeke. But I'm going to tell you again over and over and over and over. I don't care if it's tomorrow. I don't care if it's the next day. Zeke Elliott, even missing a guaranteed 2 games, would be a top 3 to 4 pick for me. So yes, if you draft at 7, take Elliott. Don't say, hey Smitty, well I draft at 8. Should I take Elliott? I'm telling you, take Elliott at 4 and below. And cuff him at all costs to Pollard. All costs meaning 8th round. Reach for him. I don't care if he's missing games. I don't care. On 14 starts, he might be crazy effective. Maybe Pollard playing 2 games and Elliott playing 14 scores more points than Elliott playing 16 in some weird way because he's rested. They decide, hey, with 14 games, we can feed Zeke a little heavier dose than we normally would give him for that 14 games. And Zeke and Pollard together with 16 plays gets you more points than they would have if it was just Zeke for 16. So, give him what would be like a college season and see what he does with it. I'm all in. I'm all in on Zeke because I know Pollard's good enough. But make no mistake about it, the duo is super important. And I get people that message me saying, Smitty, I'm taking your advice on Zeke. You better be right. And then I say, did you get Pollard? And they say no. And then I'm like, then how are you taking my advice? My advice is you need the both of them. And together you are safe. Together there is zero problem. If Pollard is so good, and Pollard has an amazing week 1 and week 2, and then the Cowboys start playing the old game like, hey, we're not going to go offer Zeke this big contract, which I don't think is going to happen. I think Pollard will look good. He'll do good enough, but the Cowboys will still want Zeke back. But let's just say I'm wrong, and Pollard goes nuts. Well, guess what? Pollard's going nuts for you. That's why the duo is super important. But I think that my prediction is this gets ironed out in the 11th hour, and that may or may not put Zeke in a position where he can't get suited up for week 1 in time, but he's signed. That's kind of where I think the worst case scenario will probably be, but there's still a chance that he plays week 1, and everybody that's taken advantage of the value from the time of panic until the time he puts pen to paper and inks that deal, you're going to have so many people that it made out like bandits. Is there risk? Yeah, know that. There's risk. Debo caught 2 of 2 targets for 16 yards in the finale. Rosen will begin the year as the number 2 QB. Fitz will be the starter until he gets hurt. Paris Campbell caught 3 of 4. Oh, tired. Let's see here. Let's read in the comments. Armstead rushed 6 times for 40 yards. I like Armstead. I'm not a big Fournette believer. You might see Armstead start some games. Carlos Hyde had 8 rushes for 29 yards. He's the third stringer. Probably not even a lock to make the roster. So enough of this. Carlos Hyde could take the job. There were some people talking about that. I even went on a show with one of an Instagram guy and just blasted him for liking Carlos. He said Carlos Hyde would take over the starting job, and I just blasted him. And I said that comment's going to make you look like a fool later. Enough said. Josh Gordon, 2 of 6. That's on Instagram too if you want to see me debate him on it. I'm like, dude, this is the stuff that's going to make for horrible replay material for you when you tell me that Damian Williams is going to lose his job. Damian Williams could get hurt, and then I said Darwin would come in and be amazing. But it's Damian's job. No one's taking it from Damian. Why? I've said it for months now. The reason Damian Williams is a lock to be the starter for as long as he's healthy is because that Kansas City offense is so complex. Darwin wouldn't even be able to pick it up all the way. He wouldn't be close to knowing it all. Either would Hyde. It's Damian Williams' job to lose. He is the guy that knows the offense. It took him all 6 games of last year and the offseason to pick it up. He's probably still learning pieces of that offense. It's so complicated. That makes him the de facto starting running back. And Damian and Darwin together are top 5 to 10 gold. Josh Gordon looked good. Well, you could say it's mixed. Caught 2 of 6 targets, so that's not amazing there. But he looked fantastic on one of his receptions, and everybody was talking about it after. So I can't wait for Josh Gordon to either flop or explode, because I think it's going to be one or the other, and it's going to be exciting to watch if he explodes, because he could be still very, very good. Daniel Jones looked amazing again. 4 for 4, 47 yards. I was wrong. I admit it. I'm taking accountability. I'm telling you, I was wrong. I was dead wrong about Daniel Jones. He looks really, really, really good. And I didn't give him credit or a chance when they drafted him. Mainly because the Giants just screwed up a lot of that draft, passing on getting Daniel Jones, an A.J. Brown who was so discounted and cheap, a N'Keal Harry who dropped way too far. Why not replace Odell? Getting rid of Odell was a bad move in my opinion. It was great for Odell. It was great for the Browns. It's great for fantasy. But why you would get rid of him and at least not replace him? I would have understood it if they got rid of him and then they drafted A.J. Brown or N'Keal Harry. I would have said, you know what? Kudos to them. But no, they don't draft a wide receiver that will complement Daniel Jones and help Daniel Jones get to that next level fast. But even without the wide receiver help, Daniel Jones looks fantastic. I was so wrong about him. Kareem Hunt had sports hernia surgery. Not a big deal because he can't play anyways. But another reason why Dontrelle Hilliard might end up being the best backup even when Hunt comes back, because they'll have trusted him and used him a ton. I've been talking about Dontrelle Hilliard for a couple days now, saying that he is the sneaky guy to pick up right now in drafts because he might be used more than people think right out of the gate. That doesn't mean that Nick Chubb won't get his or get fed enough. He will. Nick Chubb will be fed plenty. But if Nick Chubb goes down, guess who's going to be the hottest pickup in fantasy football? Dontrelle Hilliard. And guess who's going to own him? SleeperU.com and the Fantasy Football Show followers and subscribers. And you guys are going to clean up by owning him already. That about Fournette. Says he's in a much better place. I'm not a fan. That's about it for the news, guys. Man, I'm tired. I'm probably going to call it, but I wanted to say thank you to all of you who subscribe, who follow, who support the channel. Big shout out to Unburger, Big Bones 100, for the big super chat drop that he did. If you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification, so you know I got heartburn, the hiccups. Hit that notification bell so that you know when I go live and you can do a mock draft with us next time. Picked up Dontrell today, last pick in the draft. Attaboy Hunt. People don't know he's coming. People don't see Dontrell Hilliard coming, but we do. And as I said last night, I got a funny feeling that he's going to be super relevant. You son of a fish, says W. Until next time, hit subscribe, hit like, tell your friends. Find me on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to sleeperu.com. $29, one-on-one advice, tools, rankings, bold predictions, you name it. And I will see you next time. Thank you.